Two and one, and welcome back. Episode 103, doesn't really matter. This is the episode we do this show for. And then this, I guess, really next week's the episode we do it for, whoever gets bragging rights on all this. But we're here, man.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Free, look out now. The sideline, forget about it. This baby's over.
Oh, my goodness. One man. Goodbye. Hello, Heisman.
And most especially in 310 days in Ann Arbor, Michigan, on the football field.
Another block. One more. Touchdown. No flag. Samuel cuts it back. Ohio State wins. Here's the run again. Donovan Edwards. Whoa. Can they catch him? No. Donovan Edwards again. Go down.
All right, before we kick off, though, we got to get our sponsors in here. Stock the
sir.
Bar, vodka, the best vodka you can get. There it is. Go get yours, stockdabar.com. Smooth vodka with a purpose. You'll either want it on Saturday to celebrate or to be sad. So make sure you go get yours. Drink responsibly, of course. And then also, shout out Dillon.
Yes, sir.
Our lives are a collection of experiences, moments of happiness or times of great loss. First homes, new babies, property loss, even heartache. Knowing that your insurance provider is always close by offers comfort. At Farm Bureau Insurance, the experience you get with our local trusted advisors is different. From financial security to a helping hand, Farm Bureau understands the experience matters. Find an agent who can protect what matters.
All right, we got sponsors. Not out of the way because we love our sponsors, but we want to make sure that they get the love and attention.
Actually saw Dillon last week. Says hi, and just always good to see my guy. Someone I trust, and as everyone else should. And if you're looking for someone to trust, he's the guy.
Dillon's your man. Dillon is your man. I am taking this from my brother-in-law's garage, so enjoy the backdrop here. I love my family, but this is hate week, and next week we gotta be more. Next year we gotta be more locked in. So we will. But
Let's go.
So Garrison was just on with the folks at Big Ten Rivalry Show. They're awesome.
Oh man,
So he's all riled up. Garrison, I'll let you.
Yes, sir.
What do you want to talk about this week?
I'm gonna talk about the game. Matter of fact, when we post this episode, don't put episode 103. Put episode the game part 2. That's what we're gonna do.
Okay, part 2 from last year. You mean?
Yeah, from last year, because it's our second time doing this. Yeah, look at time. Look how time flies.
Second season.
Oh man, yeah. So first off, let me say this. I'm sure you saw the comments that Ryan Day had about he said after like the death of his father, and this has been one of the hardest things for him over the last 3 years, right? And I saw a lot of Wolverine fans kind of talk crap about that, and I said that all that tells me is that you don't understand. You don't understand this game. You don't understand this rivalry, especially for him. He's the coach that's in the trenches. You know what I'm saying? Like it's one thing to be a fan. This guy is the head of the program. So yeah, I can understand it. As someone, behind my faith, my family, my closest friends, there's nothing in this world I love more than Ohio State football. There really isn't. This game means a lot to me. This rivalry means a lot to me. With all the hate that comes with it, there's also a high level of respect. As you know, I'm from the state of Michigan, so like I probably have a different view of it than a lot of Ohio State fans have that are from Ohio. My dad, a graduate of the university, told me everything I need to know about Ohio State football. My first year playing football ever was the same year that Ohio State went and won the national championship. So I respect and love everything about this rivalry. I really do. Now with all that being said, screw them.
Good choice of words for the show. Thank you for that. You could have gone a different direction.
Oh yeah, you know, you can look at my face. You know I wanted to. This game specifically. What the lines right now is at, last time I saw it was at 21. It's been going up and down, but it's ranged around 22, 20 and a half. Now, to start off the back, I don't even think we're going to cover that. I really don't. And the reason for that being, I do believe that with Ohio State's tendencies to have slow starts, and you guys having
wait, hold on. Time. Wait, what? You don't think you're going to cover that?
No.
You don't think Ohio State's going to cover the 22? Oh, okay. Surprise. Sorry. Keep going. I didn't mean to cut you. I just want to make sure I heard you right.
I told you I will never come on this show and lie to our guests and fans. I will never do that. That doesn't mean we're not going to kick your ass, but I mean, hear me out.
Wow. Okay. All right.
So I think the game is going to be close in the first half. And that's going to be because of Ohio State's tendencies to have slow starts.
Okay.
And also because in most games outside of Texas, you guys have been in the game most of the time. In the first half, at least. And then after halftime, you got outside of last week, after halftime, you guys just look lost. But I think that your defensive line, not your defense as a whole, but your defensive line is good enough to give you guys a chance early in this game. Or at least I won't say give you a chance, but at least keep it close so you guys have some type of comfortability. I think Stewart comes out of this game with 2 sacks. I think that there's gonna be a time in the game where, or multiple times in the game where Mason Graham has plays very well because he's the best defensive tackle in college football. With that being said, though, there's nothing else about your team that I can sit here and say to you is worth talking about. Your linebackers are slow. Barham has been playing better lately, but he's still slow. He's not what even I thought he was going to be this year. Seemingly, we are all like whatever he was at Maryland, he's not with you guys.
You don't think he's progressed?
He's progressed. That doesn't mean you're playing good.
Okay, I would disagree with that, but continue.
No, he's had good games. I'm saying wait,
again, can I jump in here for just 1 second?
Of course you can. This is a conversation. This is a conversation, buddy. Let's go, my guy Jory.
What's up? What's going on?
Hey, what a surprise! I love this, Jory. What's going on, man?
You like that?
You was calling somebody slow. That's all I heard. You was calling my linebacker slow. Is that what I heard? My linebacker's slow.
Oh, yes. And this is the reason why. I don't mean physically. I mean more so with how they read plays and how they react. And even though they've had, what I was going to say was, even to Bryce, was that even though they've had games where they've played better, including Hausman, he's had games he's played better. I'm going to pay attention more to the rule than I do the exception. I'm always going to do that. And so, and then with your secondary, I mean, I hate that Will Johnson isn't playing. Do I think he probably quit on you? I don't want to say quit. I hate that term.
No.
Protecting himself, yes. Do I wish he was playing? Yes, because I love seeing monumental matchups that like we would have saw with him and Emeka, him and Jeremiah. The rest of that secondary.
Well, why is that narrative going around? Maybe he's hurt. They've been saying he's hurt.
It's the same. Well, my only response to that is why they say that about JSN. I mean, it's
about who?
JSN. Bryce was one of them. A lot of Wolverine fans said last year that or the year before that he quit on the team. Now, I think you're gonna get fans that say that. It is what it is. It is what it is. I can care less about that. But with that being said, I've called this secondary Swiss cheese all year, and it's still Swiss cheese. I have no idea what's going on with Jair Hill. Bro, I was amazed when I was watching the game. I mean, you guys were on the TV too, so you weren't on the 4 screen on TV 1. But when I was watching it, I heard Jair Hill's name at the end of the game, and I realized
He didn't play.
He
didn't even play.
No, he got in. He got in.
No, he came in like the last 2 drives of the game.
With the number 35.
I mean, we're dealing with something internally.
No. And when I saw that, that's how I took it. That's just how I took it.
Hey, real quick, hold on. Just context here. So Jory,
yes,
Jory Alston, the man, he's a big Michigan guy big on Twitter too. Garrison and Jory have been dancing around this topic.
He has great politics.
We're not gonna get into that right now. We're not gonna get into politics right now. But these two have gone at it a few times, and I feel like it's always been pretty good, pretty respectful within the parameters of the rivalry. And Garrison's feeling good. We're 22-point dogs. He's all jacked up. I said, you know what? We got to get Jory in here and bring him down. Hopefully a peg, or at least put him in place here. Just given the situation.
I mean, I'm just mad. I'm just mad I didn't get the invite last year. I wanted to see how happy he was last. Was he just fired up last year?
Oh no, I was a wreck. Jory.
It was bad.
There's 2 episodes you need to watch. There's 2 episodes you need to watch. You have to watch when we lost to you guys last year, and then go watch the Missouri one. If you want to see me crash out,
that was bad. That was bad.
You could tell I genuinely was pissed and did not want to do the show.
We had to have a conversation afterwards.
Yes.
Yeah, Bryce. Yeah, send me some links, Bryce.
It's a crazy watch. And I actually
is that the one where Bryce played the fight song?
No, I sang it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, Bryce. No, actually, after we lost you guys, that wasn't actually that bad. It was the Missouri game that was bad. That was the worst. Yeah, and just to find out, there was one Ohio State fan said that was his favorite episode. But no. So all right. So
I mean, this year, like I said, we always got a shot. The 22 underdog point thing. I mean, it is what it is. But
Kamala had a shot too.
I'm
sorry.
Stop.
I can't talk.
I'm sorry, Bryce. I'm sorry.
You're trying to get me in trouble.
Man.
I can't speak on that. I run a business. I can't speak on that.
Oh man.
But this is what I'll say, man. I have seen greater Ohio State teams get beat by Michigan teams who had no reason beating Ohio State. So I will say that, right? So, we'll see what happens. I mean, Wink's been doing Wink the last 2.5 games. So that defense, honestly doesn't worry me as much as how's our OC gonna do? What kind of game we're gonna call on offense? That's what I kind of look at. Ohio State's gonna score points. We're not gonna shut them out, right? But it comes down to, can our offense do enough so our defense is on the field the whole time, right? Because Wink's gonna give us some stops, and we can't go 3 and out. So last week was a great game plan. I mean, I know it was Northwestern, but we saw you guys play with Northwestern the week before, and it wasn't 50 points. So I don't give.
Did he do transitive property?
I did not. I'm just saying.
I got to pull up the receipts now because I swear Jory called me out on transitive property before. Oh, I'll do it later. That's crazy.
I'm not saying it equates. It doesn't equate. It doesn't equate. I'm just saying. We got to be a little bit. Listen. I called Kurt Campbell a taller after the Indiana game.
You did.
Right? I said he's a taller. I mean, and people were all like, "Oh, Indiana, dude, Michigan should have been Indiana." I don't care what you want to say. You can hate the rivalry, whatever. Michigan, if they had a competent OC call that game, they beat Indiana.
Bryce knows I agree with that. He knows I agree with that.
I mean, Wink Martindale literally gave Jim Knowles the game plan that he used to shut down Indiana. That whole second half was like, "You gotta do it. Here, Jim. Take it from me," right? So, it was in the offense. The defense has been balling, and we've been balling with, guys like Zeke Berry, who was who was Swiss cheese, who is improving now, playing out of position, right? I mean, Amir Hall's playing good. I hope Jair Hill plays tomorrow, right? But I don't know, man. Your offensive line, we'll see. We'll see how good they can stand up tomorrow. They look good against Indiana, but it's Indiana. It's Indiana. Can you guys see it? I mean, but can you guys not storm? I keep hearing you guys going to storm the field if you beat Michigan tomorrow. Like, come on, don't be Nebraska.
I'm going to tell you this right now.
Don't be Nebraska.
Come on. You know what? This is what I'm going to do. Since
I know it's been a long time.
We got 2 Wolverine fans here right now. So this is what I'm going to do here, guys, and because I really respect you too. But what's going to happen is that I'm going to finish my points here because I have a lot to say here. And I appreciate Joy
Oh,
for
no.
bringing up. I appreciate Joy for bringing up Zeke Berry. So let me stay on that secondary for a second before I go to your offense. If you put Zeke Berry's 5'10" ass out
We're
on the
not.
outside with 6'4", 220 Jeremiah or 6'2" Emeka, I promise you, you will rue the day. Jory, I wasn't sure if you heard this earlier. I do expect Josiah Stewart to get 2 sacks. And I also think I think Mason Graham is going to have a really good game. I think those two will have good games. Now let's get to your offense.
Let's not get there yet.
versus our defense. I hope.
Okay, I'm telling you what the.
Go ahead.
A number two on defense for Ohio State is not happy to play this Michigan team and see that number 44 is still our fullback. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm just gonna tell you that right now.
That's cool.
He's not happy, and I saw what that Indiana 44 did to him at one point. And he's not returning the punt.
That's cool. That's cool. He was a freshman.
So,
he's a freshman.
I guarantee you that.
He was a freshman at Alabama. Now he's a sophomore at Ohio State. 2 different things. Now let's get to that. Let's get to that offense. I hope Colston Loveland plays. I truly do.
I do too. Yeah,
I hope he. Well, I know you. I know you do. Now I'm not gonna sit here because I think that Tyler Warren and him are 2 different types of tight ends. I think Tyler Warren's a bigger guy. I think he's a better runner than him, but I think that Colston Loveland's a better route runner. I also think you can split him out to the outside at wide receiver, where you cannot do that with Tyler Warren. At the same time, though, that boy number 2, Caleb Downs, shut him down. He shut Warren down. So not saying that he would do it to Colston, but I really do want to see that matchup. I think that's a top tier. That's
what was Tyler Warren's numbers versus Caleb Downs? When you say shut him down, I'm gonna be honest too. If you ask me about that game, Andy Konecki outsmarted himself. I mean, he tried to do all this tricky stuff that he didn't have to. I mean, there was times where if I'm Singleton and Katron Allen, I'm mad at Tyler Warren's catching the ball and running the ball like that. When I got 2 of the best backs in college football, right? So Tyler Warren gets a bunch of hype, but why you snapping the ball to your tight end? You got 2 monsters at running back,
because he's been more electric.
Yeah, he's not. He's just it's a little tricky stuff. Whatever. I mean,
real quick,
you can't tell me Nick Singleton's not gonna be more electric than Tyler Warren. Like, there's no way you're telling me Tyler Warren's a better runner than Singleton. He's not. It's just it's just tricky stuff.
Tyler Warren had 4 receptions for 47 yards on a log of 31. So outside of that reception, he had 3 catches for 16 yards. Okay, so that answers that question. Now, your wide receiver.
Colston Loveland's better than him. Colston Level's better than Tyler Warren.
No, I agree.
Okay.
Now let's get to your wide receivers. Done. Running back. Hold on. Wait, Bryce. Am I allowed to say the word that Samaj Morgan called some of our players?
No, please don't.
Okay. Samaj, I didn't even know you played football this year. I didn't even know that you were hurt. No, he's been hurt all year. Stop that. He's been trash all year. Garbage, poo-poo, doo-doo, ass, all that. Now, and let's get to your running backs. Last week, it was good to see a Donovan Edwards sighting for you guys. I'm sure you love to see it because he's been dog all year like he was last year. Thank goodness you gave Mullins the ball again. For some odd reason you weren't because Coach Moore said we want to ride the hot hand, which means we're going to give the ball to Ben Hall instead of whatever, man. So it's good. I think for you guys to win this game or at least have a chance, that guy, number 20 to 25 carries. Easy. He needs to have that. Let's get your.
I mean, I'm saying the whole year.
No, Jory, I'm not done yet, Jordan. Oh, this is my time. You two will have me all time.
All right, Jordan doesn't have all night though. Be respectful of his time.
I'll be respectful of his time then.
Bryce, I got out of bed. Look, it's 10:30. I'm in Puerto Rico. I got out of bed.
I know.
He knows.
Boy, what you doing there?
What's up?
No, but listen, Kurt Campbell. and this is a question I actually have for you two. Kirk Campbell came out and said that he had the GAs and the staffers watching Ohio State throughout the season, and that there are stuff that they've been holding back. I hear that, and I pause, because at my first instance, I'm like, yeah, that's what you would do, but then I said, wait, whoa. You haven't been in a position to hold plays back. So you're telling me, and because you guys have played a lot of close games this year, right? What you're telling me is that you've been holding plays back in games that you could have won. Bryce, what would I call that? A coaching what?
I'm not gonna give you this week.
It's a malpractice. That is a malpractice. Oh, Kirk Campbell, you are the worst coordinator in college football. You are, and I truly hope that when you step foot on the banks of the Olentangy, that you have something. That you have something worth calling. That you have something that you can pull out of your back pocket like a rabbit out of a hat. Because I promise you, from the depths of my heart, hellfire and brimstone is going to rain upon you. We are going to come down on you guys in this game as if we were popping out of the Trojan horse and taking over the city with nothing you can do about it. My score of this game, Bryce, Robert, Sack, Jory, with all the fine Puerto Rican women right now in Puerto Rico. All I have this.
Mary
I'm on my way. We're getting there. Give me Ohio State 30. You guys 13. I think that's respectable.
13.
I think that's respectable. Oh, and by God, do not give Ryan Day a chance to run it up, because you know he will.
I mean, I don't even know you guys like that guy. Listen, I honestly don't think if he loses this game, what happens to Ryan Day? Because let's see how much you guys really like him. If he loses this game,
he better win that net. He better win that natty. He better.
We talked about that.
Bigger question. Here's the thing, Bryce. Okay, we can all be smart and say Michigan doesn't have the best chances to win this game. Okay, whatever. You guys had a down year. Okay, talk your smack.
He's about to be dumb.
We'll be back. All right. Here's the thing, though. Are you gonna win a title this year? Because nobody would answer me that.
Oh,
like the Buckeye fans will not. They will not.
This is why
they will not answer that question. Like Bryce, like last year they talked to us all year. We said, hey, we're winning a title. Like we told it, we're winning the title. Like we're gonna win the title. Take our coach. Take Connor Stallings, the most valiant veteran this country's ever seen. Take, you know what I'm saying? Take.
What you call him?
No, it was Veterans Day. Don't make fun of Connor Stallings.
He's a boring.
Take all you want. We said we're gonna beat you guys and win a title. I feel like you guys are so focused on Michigan that you might win tomorrow, and you might be, let's just say, one and done. I mean, don't be one and done.
Ooh.
Can you know?
Wait. Well, are you saying one and done with a win or a loss to Oregon?
Oh, you're gonna lose to Oregon again. You're gonna lose to Oregon again.
Jory,
I love it.
Jory,
listen,
Jory,
you guys, let me tell you the truth. If you guys let Oregon come in here, all right, because let's be honest, you let Oregon come to this conference and win the Big Ten their first year in here with
what
that
about
team,
y'all? Y'all the natty. Y'all won the natty. Y'all can't. Y'all did the champs.
We can't win it every year. I mean, we did our job. Like we can't win it every year. We'll be back. Don't worry, we'll be back. Right? But it is what it is. But we won it. We did it. We went to Washington. We kicked their. We got Saban out of here. We got him away for you guys. We helped you guys. I mean, you guys
got Downs McLaughlin because of us.
Because of us.
You're welcome.
Because of us. Right? So like we handed you a solid. Like Donovan Edwards said. You know, it's all love. We handed you a solid. We did our thing. Now, Can you guys fulfill your mission this year? Or is Kirby Smart and the SEC bums going to talk smack again because you guys cannot keep the tradition going of Big Ten teams winning the championship? Okay.
First off, Donovan has trash dreads. Continue. Trash dreads.
But listen, You can say that, but you're scared to death about Donovan Edwards on Saturday.
No, I'm.
You know you are.
Hey,
No,
Bryce.
you know you
Bryce.
are.
No, Bryce.
You are.
Bryce, be honest. Does anything scare me about Donovan Edwards?
Yes.
You have to be.
Yes.
I'm as scared as him as I am.
He's
my
in the
own
intro
cat.
of our show. He's literally
No,
in
no,
the
but let's be
intro of our
honest.
show.
There's not a better big game running back in college football. He has more big game moments in college football than any running back in football right now.
Tell me his stat line last year against Ohio State.
No, what did he do for SWAT? Like I'm talking about big games, like the big games. We didn't need him versus Ohio State. Blake Corum did whatever he had to do. We were good, right? The year before that, when Blake Corum wasn't there, what did Donovan do?
Jory's
Washington.
got me antsy right now. He's got me
And what did
antsy
Donovan
right
do?
now.
Like you were afraid if he touches the ball, you were worried about him taking one to the house. You know that. So.
I don't, dude. That dude is built like a triangle with a big body and little legs. I don't fear him. That dude is. I have I have countless minutes on this show of saying how bad he is. I have tweets upon tweets of showing how bad he is. He's not. I'm so serious when I say this. I think he's the fourth most valuable running back on your team. Like I don't.
That's crazy.
I would rather play.
That's crazy.
Whoa.
That's crazy. He's second.
No,
He's
Jory,
not the first.
No, Jory. I want to ask you.
Khalil Mullins.
Jory, I want to ask you
25
this.
carries.
I want to ask you this because I know Bryce is a shill for him. And it took Bryce weeks. It took Bryce weeks until I got him to. It took Michigan fans coming at Bryce to tell him he's crazy about saying Donovan should play over Mullins. So I want to ask you this.
Bryce didn't say that.
What?
I don't know if I said those exact words, but I fought for Donovan. I fought for Donovan pretty hard. Pretty hard.
No, Jory. I want to ask you, Jory, because you're a coach. I want to ask you. When you take Ben Hall and Donovan, okay? I want to do this with you. Who has better feet, Donovan or Ben Hall?
I mean,
I want.
I'm gonna tell you right now because I mean, what have we really seen? What have we really seen from Ben? What have we really seen from Ben Hall? What have we seen from Ben Hall? I'm asking you.
I'm telling you every single. I watch every single minute of your guys' games, and then I watch them about 45 minutes through again.
So what has Ben Hall done this year? Listen,
he doesn't get to play.
When he does play, what has he done? Exactly.
Keep talking, Jory. Jory, keep talking. I got you. Because he doesn't play a lot. I know he doesn't play a lot, but when he gets in the game, but when he gets in the game, I can with my own eyes, I can see he moves better within the gaps. He has quicker feet. He has better vision. Yes. He doesn't. When someone farts on him, he doesn't fall over. Like Donovan, bro. The word I was going to use to describe Donovan, he's bad. He's bad. And every time, and I love when Michigan fans keep talking about, oh man, why should we put him at wide receiver? And they bring up that game from 3 years ago. And there was one fan that did that, and I literally had to show him the whole highlight video of that game of him just running swing route.
No.
That does not mean he can go out there and run a route.
No. There's some stupid fans. Okay, I've been saying that. He's not a wide receiver. He's not a wide receiver. If you see his feet, he's not going to run routes the way you need to run routes.
He ain't a running back either.
Right? He's not a wide receiver. Donovan Edwards is a change of pace back that if he gets a hole, he can take it to the house. You can't catch him. Right? We know what he is. Right? So I don't put as much as on Donovan as I put. Listen, Kirk Campbell's a taller calling. This is like my Fisher Price first OC. All right. He won't be here last year. He's going back to quarterback coach. Hopefully, we'll have a top flight OC and we'll return where we need to be, right? Because that's been the issue. So I don't like the way Donovan's been used, first of all. You say the receivers. I don't even hate the receivers that much this year. The receivers haven't been used correctly. When they are open, the quarterback can't throw the ball. It's not like the receivers aren't open. We don't have a quarterback to give them the ball. So I can't say, oh, let's get rid of the receivers we got. Tyler Moore showed us last year. You saw what he did versus Bama, right?
You are just as optimistic as a male or a man in the Sack family. Like
optimistic. Wait. No.
Wait, I want to read this to you.
I'm saying our OC needs to go, right? I'm saying our defense has been good. Our offense is completely let us down. So what's the optimism about what? What am I optimistic about?
Can I read this to you guys real quick? So in the third quarter, Ohio State is number 1 in the country. We give up 12 point. I'm sorry, we score 12.3
It
points per
doesn't matter.
game.
Listen, none of that matters. I'm
Uh,
44 years old. I've watched this game 42
Oh
times. It
no!
doesn't matter.
Can I,
All those
can I,
numbers.
can I tell you why it does matter? Because last year, can someone tell me who was the best team in the second half in the country last year?
Michigan was by far.
With that knowing, I'm gonna continue. 12.3 points per in the third quarter, and we only give up 0.8. That's less than. When I told Bryce that last week, he went, "Oh, yeah." So and then let's go to you guys. Now you guys average less than half of what we do in the third, 5.1, and you give up basically triple what we do, 3.2. But this is my biggest stat. This is a stat I feel like, and Bryce, you probably heard this on Team Rivalry. You guys average 4 points a game and average 196 yards on that per game. We average 4.5 punts a game, but get 233. What that tells me is that we're going to put your offense in worse situations than you guys will for us. And that it's you guys being pinned back is a lot more. It's a lot worse. You can't use 2 adjectives. It's worse than us doing that. Mind you, there's 134 teams in college football. You are ranked 128th in offense and the worst in P4. By God, I don't plan on seeing my team lose this game. There is nothing. And I still want to hear from Bryce. Like, there's nothing that I can hear.
Nothing.
What they say in South Florida?
What you're going to hear is it's Michigan, Ohio State. So everything you just said, it might be on paper, but none of that matters come Saturday. None of it matters. And you know that. None of it matters, right? So, as I said.
To an extent.
Ohio State should win the game, right? I'm not going to sit there and lie. They should win the game.
Who you got?
I'm waiting to see the injury report. I'll let you know after the injury report comes out.
wait, for what name? What name are you waiting for? What name are you waiting for that's going to change?
Couple names. There's 2 names I'm waiting to see. So I can't. You know, the betting lines aren't even out yet. You know, they haven't put the injury report out yet. But isn't that what they say, Bryce? You know, Vegas doesn't know yet. So when I see that report come out, I'll let you know.
Okay, but that's fair.
You know, you guys should be favored. You deserve to be favored. You know, greatest team money ever bought, all this stuff. You know, Urban Meyer been telling us the year, greatest talent he's ever seen in his life. Better than that Florida team with all the freaking criminals on it. This team is better than that team. You know?
Yeah, we got a bunch of Christians.
Yeah, another thing that you guys, you know, I mean, you guys copy Michigan a lot lately. I mean, you guys have been fueled. You should thank us for even being in this position. You should thank us because like you guys were happy just beating Michigan and getting beat in the bowl. You know, now you're really, really fired up. Ryan Day said the worst thing that ever happened in his life was losing to Michigan. What a
no, he didn't. No.
The worst thing
y'all
that ever
get to
happened
do that.
in his life.
I take offense to this. I take offense to this. If you are someone, and I think it's hilarious how you Michigan fans, you'll be the same ones that say throw out the scores, but then be the same ones to go say, yeah, but we're not good, so it doesn't really matter.
No, it matters.
That's exactly what that is. That's exactly what that is.
You didn't say it didn't matter. It does matter.
No, I have receipts on receipts. I'm not kid you. I have about 200 receipts. I'm not kid you. And
nothing's out of context.
What? Like Isaiah Hole saying this Ohio State team is worse than the mediocre teams on the mediocre Michigan teams in the 90s? Bite me. Like this is.
Hey, which team we talking about? Those are some great teams.
No. He said this Ohio State team is not better than the mediocre Michigan teams in the 90s. Do you know what level of stupidity you have to say something like that? Like it baffles me. It baffles me. I like some of the things. And listen, you two are one of the better Wolverine fans. Jory, we don't disagree. 95% of the time, we don't agree. But I at least respect it to some extent. Like I have to because I think you know football. I believe you know football. Bryce, you are a top 5 corner in South Christian high school history. I believe that.
That's not true, but thank you.
No, they didn't see you
No.
play. They didn't see my
Listen,
boy on the
a lot
gridiron.
of stuff I do with the Ohio State fans now is just to see it. Like Bryce knows, I'll say a tweet. I won't look at my phone for 2 days, and I'll come back, and you guys are just blowing me up for days, right? So it's just fun at
No,
this
you
point.
answer me. You answer me. You answer me. You
Well, you
know
know,
better.
I've said this
I'm just
before. I
saying.
think you two are built for the Twitter space. I'm too soft for it, but you two are ready to just dive in and then just
Jory, no, he's lying. He
go to
calls
war.
us sickos. He calls us sickos.
I do. That's right. That's what I call you guys, sickos.
I mean, here's the thing, though. Most of the people don't know what they're talking about, right? Like I know ball, like we're, and I tell Garrett this. I mean, one day we're gonna have not today, but one day we're gonna have a true ball conversation. So I can
Rippy
like,
piece of peace.
show him how like infinite his mind is when it comes to knowing football.
Again,
cannot wait.
legendary Bob Sack, Garrison.
No,
I don't know anyone that knows more football than you.
he didn't.
Verbatim. He said that verbatim.
He didn't say that.
Ask
Bob's
him.
never met me. So
Yeah, we'll
doesn't
facilitate that in the offseason.
doesn't matter. We'll have a real conversation. When it's not like, hey, I got to sit up here and I got to rally the troops, right? I can't come up here and be like, we're gonna lose. No, like we're gonna win. We're gonna beat you guys like we've done the last 3 years.
Rally the troops.
Like get our heads up and go out on the football field and smack somebody in the mouth. At the end of the day, you gotta rent a center quarterback, talking all this smack, putting a cigarette out versus Indiana.
You like it? Don't lie. You like it?
No. I think you've been there before. It's Indiana. Come on.
He hasn't been there before. He never been on a team like this.
You call him a rent-a-center quarterback? That's fantastic.
Rent-a-center. Yeah, he's a rent-a-center.
I had thought about that.
I want to win this for all the guys. You haven't even been here. You don't even know what this is about.
Wait. All right, pause. Who the hell are you to tell Ohio State fans how to feel? Who are you? No, wait.
I'm talking to Will Howard.
I love that. I love Will Howard because of that quote. Because here's the thing. The difference, because I think we can all agree with this. There is a psychology to this, to not just the game of football, but to the game specifically. And they're like, yeah, I can sit here and say to you honestly, yeah, could I understand why in a guy's head it's tough to imagine yourself beating someone when you haven't beaten them? Yes, you guys went through that for 10 years. Could I also see how what you guys went through in the last 3 years ago, and they can probably do this year and say, listen, this is the year to do it. We got to do this. Last year, Kyle McCord came out and said, it's just another game.
Yeah, it's not that.
That's a far cry from what Will Howard said. Will Howard's more of a Buckeye than he is. And I love Will Howard for the simple fact that you come on campus, you win the job, and I told Bryce many times he was going to win that job no matter what because he's better than Devin Brown. But you do that, and you don't talk about me. You bring up every single what all your teammates do. When you guys lose a game, or we only lost one game, but when it happens, or the game you don't play well, you don't blame it on your O-line. You don't blame it on Jeremiah dropping a pass. You don't do any of that stuff. You take it on the chin. I respect guys like him. I respect players like him. And so for him to understand just how important this game is, this is the biggest game of his life right now. It is.
Oh yeah, of course.
Because if Will Howard,
he was at Kansas State. Kansas State versus Kansas. They put that on like the local at Fox.
I mean, he did win the Big 12 championship against a team you guys couldn't beat. But
we should have beat. But
you didn't. But
Quentin Johnson all of a sudden had hands versus us. You don't have hands. And
JJ McCarthy didn't know how to throw a ball that year. But
Roman Wilson scored a touchdown. They called back.
And then I just love. Oh, by the way, Bryce, FanDuel came out today. Will Howard is 5th best odds right now. So
yeah, you were all up in arms about that.
I take credit. I've been on this Heisman train for a while.
He's not gonna win.
He's not gonna win.
No.
All right, Jory, I want to spend some of your time here because I know it's late for you. You kind of gave a prediction already, although you did say you have to wait to see the injury report.
He said there's gonna be hellfire and brimstone on his team. That's what Jory said verbatim.
Don't clip that up. Don't clip that up. I didn't say that.
You know I will.
No, man,
Oh,
listen,
yeah.
listen. It's gonna be a good game. It's gonna be a good game. I think we're gonna channel our inner DG, Devin Gardner. You know, when he had to fight you guys by himself. Defensive line is gonna be flying around. I think Wink's got some up his sleeve for you guys. And like I said, it comes down to me to Kurt Campbell, right? Is he gonna
Yeah.
call a big boy football game or is he not? So, you know, I've been pretty vocal that I think he's a horrible OC. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. I've been saying it all year.
You
I
would be
was an
better.
OC. I was an OC for 20 years. It's hard for me to watch some of this crap when it's just like, there's no way in 2024 you should have a bad offense. There's too many great athletes walking around outside. You can just go outside and grab a quarterback and just scheme him up, right? So he had no plan for Orgy. They had no plan for Davis Warren. He's failed, right? But
Dang, Bryce, who said that? Who said that before? That's crazy.
it is what it is. But
Somebody on this show said that.
On Saturday, in that game, I have seen things happen.
Mm-hmm.
Right, I've seen great Ohio State teams that were listen, I said this. I grew up watching these great Ohio State teams beat by Michigan. You guys weren't even born yet, right? Like in the '90s, you guys had these sick teams that would come to Michigan in the year. We just smack y'all around, lose your title.
Was it 1990? What was the
Bianca Matuka?
Was it 95? Was that the Bianca Matuka?
Bianca Matuka was 95.
You know what's crazy about that game? They said that year the only team that could beat Ohio State were the Vikings that year.
Oh yeah, no, you guys were supposed to be all world.
And by the way,
wasn't even a starter. He wasn't even a starter.
You might like this. Jory, you might like this. The first time I saw, and this is before I got some sense in my head. But I remember my dad sat me down and he showed me that game. And I told my dad, I was a little kid, I told my dad, Tim Biakabatuka better than Eddie George.
You
didn't like that.
Oh, Bryce, tell me this. Why does this dude live in Michigan and root for Ohio State? I want to get to that.
My dad's got the diploma. My dad's got the diploma, man.
Okay.
Yeah.
My mom lives in Columbus. Guess where I don't go?
My mom used to be a Wolverine. My mom used to be a Wolverine fan. My dad got that in line. So
yeah, your mom's from Detroit. Your dad's from Michigan. He's from Mesquite.
My dad, he's born in Chicago, raised in Grand Rapids, but my dad, he's never been a Wolverine fan.
He couldn't get into Michigan.
Well, you got to remember, my dad growing up, my dad was an Oklahoma fan as a kid, so he's just never been. Because Oklahoma at that time was like the Cowboys. Like a lot of people around the nation were Oklahoma fans. So
yeah.
Well, I won't say anything bad about the Arlen Gaddy. He's like a second father to me, so you're not gonna hear me say anything bad about him. But he did fail you in this area.
Yeah,
I don't know, Bryce.
Right.
Can you remind me, Bryce? How many times have you seen your team beat mine? And you tell me, then you tell me whose father made the wrong choice.
Bryce, talk about titles.
Yeah, I was gonna say, when's the last time you saw a natty? You don't remember the last time you saw a natty.
How many consistent natties have you seen?
You and I both seen 2.
No, how many consistent?
No, we don't listen.
No,
It's 2. We don't go by that, dog. Okay, I was around. I was outside. Tom Osborne retired from football. Like that's the way the system was. Okay, so we can't. You guys always want to add these little filters and things. The system was you voted. There could have been 4 national championships during the year. Who knows, right? The USA Today voted West Virginia for a national title one year when nobody else knew who they were.
But Jory,
right?
here's the thing. Here's the thing, though. I'm fair all around. I don't give a doggone about Ohio State's half a natty. Nothing. Even things back. This is why I tell people when black people. I can respect history. I don't care about anything when black people couldn't play. When Hitler was alive, I don't care about none of that. So
So we both got 2. In our lifetimes, we all got 2. Who's gonna get the next one? Are you going to win a title this year? Bryce, I keep asking them. They won't answer me. Are they going to win a title?
George, I'll compromise.
This is the most watered-down season of football ever. The big dogs are all bad. Can you guys bring it home is my question.
I wouldn't call it watered down. I think there's probably 4 teams that can beat each other this year. But I'll compromise with you. I will know after the Oregon game. I will know if we will or not. Because
if you make it there, if you make it,
I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. It ain't.
Let's go.
If you make it. All right, man. I gotta go to bed. My wife's
All right.
calling me.
Jory,
All
thanks
right.
for jumping
I
out,
love
man.
you
Jordan,
guys.
man, good to see you, bro.
This was fun. Take
Now
it
it's
easy.
your turn, Bryce Sack. Let me hear what you got to say, baby. Let me hear
I
what you got
love
to say.
it. I love it. No, he's
You've
right
been quiet.
about. I'll let him speak. You guys were due for a conversation like that.
We're much
So
nicer to each other in person than we are on Twitter.
that's how it always is. I mean, me
Yeah.
and Cleveland Mike, like that dude, I can't go back with him on Twitter because he's too mean to me and I get too sensitive. Not
Oh,
built for
Bryce,
it like you
you
guys.
should have saw
But
what I
when he was
saw.
on the show, he was great.
No, you
It
should
was
have
a great
saw what I
time.
said to somebody the other day. I talk, that I was on. I was watching what's got football, Wolverine channel, and we're like we're just talking crap to each other. I said, Sharon Moore wears a thong with Jim Harbaugh's face in the front.
It's disgusting. It's a visual none of us needed.
But you got it now, don't you?
I do. I can't get rid of it.
All right, but yeah, buddy, how do you feel about the game?
Yeah, I mean, it's tough. 22-point dogs. It's tough to be like, oh, I guarantee a win. But I think we can win the game. Big question of can and if. Those are two different things. I think we can do it. But we gotta play near perfect football game.
Yeah.
Because again, man, we're 6-5. You guys are 10-1. Yeah, 10-1. And you're the more complete. I mean, this should be a national championship type team, and we are not that, and we've got some issues. So we have to play a perfect game. We have to play an absolutely perfect football game and capitalize on any mistakes you all make, and then not make any mistakes. You fall down, you fall behind 2 scores, you're in trouble. Like that's it. So if you can stay in the game for as long as possible, keep it close, and I think there are areas that we can win. The defensive line, your offensive line. And I think, we'll see what our offensive line can bring. Obviously, your guys' defensive line is stout. But yeah, I wouldn't put a lot of money on it, but I'll of course make the money line bet. Right now, you can bet $10, win $100. Bet $100, win $1,000. But we'll see, man. We'll see. It's a rivalry game. I like your take. I like your take that it could be close.
Yeah, there's been a lot of talk. Like, there's a lot of talk right now about, your guys' defensive line against our offensive line, and for obvious reasons, right? There's not a lot of conversation right now about our D line versus your O line, and I think it's a very under-talked conversation. Because I would argue, even with the shifts, the injuries Ohio State has had to make on the O line, I would still take our O line over yours. And then just in this, because I'll ask you this: what do you think is the bigger mismatch? Josiah Stewart against Donovan Jackson, or Jack Sawyer versus Evan Link?
Yeah, the best versus the worst. Yeah, so let's just say, okay, let's say this then, because I get what you're saying. It's a good question. Josiah Stewart versus Donovan Jackson. Let's say those two wipe each other out, and then let's say
No, I don't think that wipes each other out. I think Josiah Stewart, he's not a natural tackle. I think that's we're gonna. I think Josiah Stewart is better at end than he is at tackle, not at guard, but at tackle.
So then Miles Hinton versus Jack Sawyer.
No, that'll be he'll be with JT.
Well, they'll swap around.
They don't swap.
They don't swap at all?
Barely.
Yeah.
Ever.
Well, that's so I don't love Evan Link in pass defense versus Jack Sawyer. Like I think JGT's a bum, but I think Jack Sawyer's came on.
Damn, he got 6 sacks this year.
Yeah, who against who? What games?
He has them.
I know he has them against Akron.
Yeah, well, he had 2 against Indiana. That's important.
Yeah, I did see one. I think he was kind of a bunch tackle, but yeah, I'll say this: I just don't love Evan Link against Jack Sawyer in pass defense. So that's concerning. But if Michigan's in a position where they got to throw the ball, right? That's not where we want to be. So get the run game going. We'll see. But
I've actually one thing I So, I've tried to explain this to some people. Like, let's say Khalil Mullins, right? He goes out and averages 6 a carry, right? We would call that a pretty good day, correct?
Yeah. How many carries?
No, I don't. Let's say 15. That's a good day.
Yep.
I think that doesn't even get you close to a win. I mean, Indiana, for all intents and purposes, has a better offense than you guys, and it's not a conversation. Their running back had 6 a carry. But what people also need to realize is that you're not getting that doesn't mean you're getting it every time you touch the ball.
Right.
There's gonna be times where there's gonna be times in this game where you guys are 3rd and 7, 3rd and 8, 3rd and 9. And you Jim knows he's gonna send he's gonna send either not the I won't say the house, but he's gonna send stunts.
They'll bring the heat. Yeah.
And he's gonna bring it. Yeah, he's gonna bring the heat. Which one of your wide receivers is getting loose? I'll tell you this real quick before you go. If I'm Jim Knowles, and a lot of people might not like to hear this because this was the defense that we played 2 years ago. I'm still gonna run zone, but I'm not gonna be afraid to run cover 0 against you guys, or at least cover 1. Because my thing is this: if you're telling me that let's say Igbenogson or Burke have 3 pass interferences in the game, I don't care. For the simple fact that I don't think your wide receivers are good enough to even get off on those guys.
Yeah, if Igbenogson isn't called for a holding.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Against Indiana, remember, he had 2 holding calls in 1 drive. You didn't hear his name again throughout the game. That means he's locking people down. Like Igbenogson is a handsy guy. He's a good corner. He's a really good corner. I really wish Will Johnson was playing. But
yeah, sounds like he's out. I don't know, man. That was honestly that was good. I think now we got the game. And y'all, if you guys don't win Saturday,
it's not in my mind.
Will Ryan Day make it out of Columbus? Will he make it out of the shoe?
I'll tell you the same thing I told you some months ago. I'm gonna let him repent for his sins by winning the national championship. Pay your penance?
Sure.
Well, please believe me, if he loses this game on Saturday, I'm guessing his house is less than 20 minutes from the campus. And it's about a 6-hour drive for me.
This is a felony charge. Be careful. Be careful.
I will be.
No.
No. I'm not gonna put harm on him. But I will be there in the 6 hours it takes me to get from where I live to there. I will get there before he gets there in his 20 minutes to have a lot of tough questions for him. A lot of tough questions.
Right. So YouTube, this isn't a call to violence.
No, I just got questions.
Words. Okay, all right.
I got questions. Like, why'd you lose?
All right, brother. Well, that was perfect.
Wait, let me ask you this real quick.
Okay.
So Sam from College Football pointed this out, or he put this out there. He said that if it's a close game, he doesn't think it looks bad on Sharon, but if he does go out there and get blown out, it does look bad on him.
That's a question. Does it look bad on Sharon?
Mm-hmm.
I think so. So if it's Texas, let's say it's Texas all over again, that game's over by the start of the 3rd. That's bad. That's a bad look because you have all year to prepare for this. Yeah. Come up with something.
You know what the worst part is? Real quick.
But if it's like, oh yeah, go ahead.
I'll be real quick. The worst part is Ryan Day won't beat Texas and call the dogs off.
Yeah, I think you are. I think you're correct. I think there's a lot of pent up frustration in that little man's beard. I think so. If it's like the 2022 game where it's a breakaway at the end, that's different. Boom. Okay. Common sense football. All right. I hate you. I love you though. Go Blue.
Oh, wait. Before you go.
Yeah.
How